welcome. It is Miss Joy Pollard, your mompreneur success coach, and I help mompreneurs to rise above burdens. I'm sorry, let me clear out these messages. So, I am your mompreneur success coach, and I help mompreneurs to rise above burdens, create balance, and build a better life. Now, what does a better life consist of? A better life consists of doing the things that make you happy, bring you joy, the dreams that you have put on the back burner because life happens, right? So today I'm going to give an overview, and I just decided to go live because it would be easier because I don't like to edit. Editing is editing, I feel like will take me out. So I've decided to go live. If you're watching a replay, comment replay so that I can go back and leave a comment. So today we're talking about making it happen as a mompreneur. So to me, if we're gonna make it happen as a mompreneur, it's gonna take strategy. It's gonna take having systems and routines. My hair is always it's always that one unruly lock. That's why I put in a ponytail. So in order to make it happen as a mompreneur, we're gonna have to have systems, routines, and we're gonna have to have structure for success. All right. So I remember as a mompreneur dealing with burnout and wanting to give up. And even though I was making more money, I felt like my house and my life was a mess and I was stressed. And I felt like giving up because I knew that something was missing. I wanted a better life for my family without sacrificing self-care or precious moments with my children. So I knew it's going to take strategy, schedule, and a system. And I know that we are meant for more and we don't have to settle for what's safe. But sometimes we feel like we don't know where to start or what to do next, and our problems feel like mountains and barriers to our growth. So, one thing I had to do was to stop scrolling on social media and stop saying that I felt stuck, right? So I had to envision what my next level life looks like and what I wanted to see for myself. And a lot of times I see mompreneurs going for more degrees and ignoring the dreams. Then they get the more degrees and feel like, okay, another certification is going to make them happy. And then they realize that they're still not happy because as long as you're not walking in alignment with where God wants to take you, you're going to always feel defeated. You're going to always feel like there's something is off, something is missing. So it's okay to get excited about where God is taking you, and you can become a boss mompreneur. So you can build a life that you love to live. And my wish for you is that you will have multiple streams of income, that you will have a game plan for your goals, and you will have a system for success. So if you see me looking to the right, I'm trying to stay structured. So I got my notes here on my MacBook. So sorry if you see me looking to the side. Sorry. Today we're going to be talking about what is a mompreneur, because everybody is not a mompreneur, and we're going to talk about why do I choose to speak to mompreneurs. Then we're going to talk about mistakes that mompreneurs make, and then a three-part system for success, and then what's next, because there's always a what next, because I would not leave you hanging like that, because I'm your girl. All right. So number one, what is a mompreneur? To me, a mompreneur is a mom who is balancing raising children while building a business or creating multiple streams of income. So a mom in business, yes, you have a business, yes, you have children. So maybe you go to a place and then you just sit there and wait for customers. But as an entrepreneur, no 2 days are the same. We're always looking for opportunities. There's always something new to do. So no 2 days are the same. So you have to balance life and build for the future. So it can be frustrating trying to focus on having a lack of boundaries, dealing with mom guilt, and being able to wear many hats. So getting through the day while searching for opportunities to learn and grow is not for the weak. But as a mompreneur, you can make it happen. It's possible. So Before we get into the 3-part system for success, I want to briefly go over some mistakes, the top 5 mistakes that I see mompreneurs make. So, the first mistake that I see mompreneurs make is not putting together a master plan that encompasses all the hats that we wear. So, I'm going to challenge you with something at the end of the video. However, I believe that you should be writing stuff down and having a master plan that includes your mission, your vision, your values, your goals, self-care, your finances. And in this mompreneur planner, you're able to keep track of all of it. So you don't have to keep everything on in your mind. So 1 is not putting together a master plan. Number 2 is listening to the wrong people. Like, if I've never gone to medical school, would you trust me to diagnose what's going on with you and give you a prescription? A lot of times we're taking advice from people that have never did what we wanted to do, people that have never gone where we wanted to go, and they're not focusing on growth. And if they're not focusing on growth, why are we letting those people dictate what we do with our life? Are they qualified? Next time somebody gives you advice about something or gives their 2 cents, I want you to ask yourself, are they qualified to comment? Are they qualified to comment on your goals and dreams? Okay. Because sometimes we give people too much power that they don't deserve. So, number 3 mistake that mompreneurs make is trying to do everything alone. Listen, I am grateful for my accountability partners. I'm grateful for the people that pour into me, because sometimes life be lifing, and sometimes I'm just not motivated, right? I'm tell the truth, shame the devil. Sometimes I'm just not motivated, but I'm thankful for my tribe that keeps me grounded, that keeps me on top of my goals, that ask me, like, that accountability. Like, I remember watching the Clarissa Shields story recently on Amazon. I forgot the name of the documentary or her movie, but literally, maybe it was like The Fire Within or something like that. But what stood out to me in the movie is that at one point she felt like giving up, and her coach literally, like, she not feel like she giving up. She was like fighting and she was getting beat up, and the coach knew that she could do better. He knew that she already had practiced and that she had it on lock, but she was too much in her head, right? So the coach like ran down to get closer to the ring from where he was sitting so that she could hear his voice, right? And when she heard his voice, she got out of her head and she was able to, like, TKO, knock the girl out. So that was a reminder to me that sometimes when you're so much in your head and you're trying to do something alone, you need that accountability. You need a coach that's going to help you get out of your head and get in the ring and stay in the fight. All right. So number 4 is no strategy for self-care. We cannot pour from an empty cup. And baby, I remember seeing some people, some moms, building their businesses, and they was like, yeah, life is great. And I'll see them at the birthday parties. They drop the kids off. They leave. They tired. They're always in a rush. And I was like, I don't want that lifestyle. Like, I want to be able to take a day off if I want to. I want to be able to, I didn't even take myself to lunch today. I was supposed to take myself to lunch, but I had other things to do. Aw. I was supposed to go get my fried chicken. I didn't write that on my list of to-do. They see me about writing stuff down. I wrote down everything I wanted to do today, and I forgot to write that down. So I got to treat myself next time. So so number 4 was no holistic strategy for self-care. Number 5 is keeping everything in your head. I kind of went over that already. You got to write stuff down. God is not authorized. God does not have to repeat itself. And when you're writing stuff down, you're giving yourself a break, and you're reducing the overwhelm. And then number 6, oh, this is a bonus, is, well, it kind of goes in line with number 3, not investing in mentorship and coaching. So trying to do everything alone. Oh no, so this is separate. So number 3, when I said trying to do everything alone, it was basically like you need a team when you're going to build. So just because you see me here, that doesn't mean that I'm the one cleaning my house, um, watching the kids all the time, creating content. Like, yes, there's certain things I'm doing now that 6 months from now I'm not going to be doing, right? Because I'm going to hire a housekeeper. I'm going to hire a personal, like a nanny, somebody to do some of the after school activities, because some of my clients are available in the evenings. And I know that when the kids get out of school, they have a lot of energy. And yes, that's family time, but I've decided that maybe once or twice a week that I will hire someone to do the evening routine with them, because baby, they don't let me be great in the evenings, because they know that 5 to 8 they got it on locked down. All right, so we're gonna we're not gonna keep everything in our head. We're going to, well, the biggest mistake that mompreneur make, the bonus one, is not investing in mentorship or coaching, which I kind of covered when I talked about Clarissa Shields. But basically, a mentor is somebody who's been where you want to go, and that can give you that guidance and that insight. And then I would say coaching is more accountability, because somebody can coach you in something that they necessarily maybe haven't lived, because you're giving them the content. So if I knew that, sometimes they might give you tips, but if I knew that I wanted to lose 15 pounds, or I wanted to slim up this mommy pooch I have here, yes, I know that I have to do sit-ups. Yes, I know I have to run. Yes, I know I have to eat more clean. So I might know the things that I need to do, but I'm not doing it. So a coach would help keep me accountable to the things that I said that I'm going to do. To me, a mentor is going to be like, hey, you can do it or not. I'm just telling you what I did in order to get here. So now that we've covered the mistakes, the next part we're going to cover is the 3-step system for success. If you don't do any of these 3 things, it's going to be hard for you to consistently achieve your goals. All right, so number 1, you're going to define your next level life. All right, what does success look like for you? Oftentimes I sit down, and I guess I make people uncomfortable, because sometimes I'll ask mompreneurs, like moms, I ask them, like, what, you say you want a better life for your kids, but what does that better life look like? Some people are afraid of dreaming. Some people are afraid that, they fear success and they fear failure. So they just kind of drift through the day. So we have to go from surviving to thriving. And that takes having a clear picture of what your next level life looks like. Then we want to create a system for success in life and business. You should be able to do things with your eyes closed. So now at work, I have a certain routine that I do every single morning. When I was in training, certain people told me things that they did, and I kind of like picked up what I wanted. I changed a few things. So now in the morning, I can pretty much, like, what used to take me an hour to get settled, it could take me like 10 minutes, because I have a system. I have a system of what I do with the girls. I have a system as far as like in the house, things I do on certain days. And so to me, a system is how the steps that it takes to get to one thing, right? And then we also have realistic routines. And I used to feel like I was rushing in the morning. So someone suggested that I pack my daughter's lunch at night, but then I realized that didn't really work for me, because there were certain things that were refrigerated that I end up forgetting to put in her lunch box, or her snack box, I call it, because she eat it whenever she feel like it. But nevertheless, I realized that, okay, I have a system, I have routine. Like a system is getting all the stuff from the drawer, and then getting the things from the refrigerator, and then getting the baby's milk, and then putting in a diaper bag and checking the diaper bag. Like I can do stuff now without even thinking about it because I do the same thing over and over and over again. My routine in the morning is to make sure I read the Bible app, the verse of the day. And one time I picked up my phone and my 6 year old was like, "Oh, mommy, you're reading your verse of the day?" And I was like, "How do you know that?" And she's like, "Because you read it every morning." And I was like, wow. Like, our kids are watching. Our kids are watching, okay? So, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So, we can't tell them certain things that they should do if we don't have any systems and structure and routines in our life. You know, I need to do I need to do a video on the difference between systems and routines. I wonder if they could be used interchangeably. Hmm. But I feel like I have a system. I have systems and then I have routines. So, nevertheless, I have things I do every day. I have things I do with my girls. I have things I do with my clients. And yeah, so we've gone over what it is to be a mompreneur, mistakes that mompreneurs make, and the three-part system for success. So now, what are your next steps? Your next step, if you watch this video and you're telling yourself like, yeah, Joyce, like all that sounds good, but I need some help. I need to talk to someone. I need to get out of my head. I'm going to drop the link to book a clarity call. You can visit myholisticsuccess.com/links and schedule a clarity call and let's chat. And if you're interested, I'll also drop the link for this Mompreneur Life Planner, helping moms to tackle all the different hats that they wear with grace and ease. So thank you for tuning in. And until next time, ta-ta, leave a comment and tell a friend.